Alrighty, we are good to go in just about a minute. Looking good. Looking pretty dang good right now. Alrighty. So, greetings to you folks who are here early. I want to make sure I gotta pause the stream in the background. Don't need that. Alright, looking good. I got the game right there. Cool. Alright, awesome. That's what I like to see. Sweet. Alright, now we're pretty much good to go in just a little under 30 seconds. Alrighty. Hails to the yeah. Hails to the yeah. Alright, hopefully you guys are doing just fine today. Alright. Because I know I'm doing just fine. If you're doing just fine. Though if any of you are not doing just fine, let me know and I'll try to make you feel better. I'll try my best. Greetings to you, Lou. Greetings to you as well, Engineer. I agree, this is a pretty damn good remaster. Maybe one of the best. Alright, let's begin. Greetings, I'm your host, Dr. Wolfula, and welcome to Doc's Game Room, where I live stream video games for your dangertainment. Tonight, I'm going to be playing something that's not really, it's maybe tangentially horror. It's got some spooky things in it. It's got vampires and zombies, but it's not really primarily a horror game. It's The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. Now, this is a game I'm very fond of, very nostalgic for. I played this game when it first came out. I played it initially on my really, really shitty PC, and then I later got to play it again, the Game of the Year edition, on my marginally less shitty Xbox 360. This is honestly the Elder Scrolls game, maybe even the Bethesda game I played the most. Actually, maybe Fallout 3 beat this, but this was a big deal for me back in the day. So I was very excited when it got remastered, and I've just been playing it so much this week that I just decided to take a break from BioShock 2 and decided to, share my experiences playing this game with you tonight, live. Now, before I begin this live stream, I just want to let you guys know I am working on some vids. There's going to be a new Goosebumps Goosday vid this Tuesday, Return of the Mummy, so keep an eye out for that. And also, I'm reviewing Chopping Mall, and also reviewing Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. So those videos have been recorded. They just need to be finished editing. But keep an eye out for those. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss out when those videos go live. And right before I begin, I also want to plug my Patreon, patreon.com/drwolfula. Every Sunday, I have a double feature movie night stream with my patrons, so if you want to support the channel and get bonus content every week, support me at patreon.com/drwolfula. This Sunday's movie night stream double feature is Wrong Turn 5 and 6. We're going to finally be done with the Wrong Turn movies for now. I'm going to be moving on to the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. So again, support the channel and you'll get bonus movie nights every Sunday. Alright, let's begin. But again, also before I officially begin, I just want to say, this game has probably the most fucking kick-ass title screen I've seen in a long time. This is honestly probably Bethesda's best-looking title screen. Like, look at this shit. This is, like, literally fire. Like, look at how fucking tight this is. This puts the tight in title screen. Like, this is honestly incredible. Like, the original Oblivion was just kind of a close-up of the Cyrodiil map. This is just, like, fucking this is metal. Like, man, fucking awesome. Alright, let's start a new game. Yes. Let's start a new game.
I was born 87.
Hey, look, it's, Patrick Stewart playing Uriel Septim. I think Patrick Stewart, I think it was in Star Wars. Or Star Wars, or actually, maybe, I think he played Darth Maul in Star Wars. Either that, or he was Jake Sully in Avatar. Oh, wait, now I remember. He was Jim Kirk in Space Trek. I'm sorry.
In darkness.
I like this revamped opening intro, because the opening intro, the original one, was pretty great for its time, but this one really takes it to the next level, really makes it a lot more cinematic. I especially like that part where it transitioned from Patrick Stewart's eye straight into that big Oblivion Daedric tank thing. Oh, God. Fucking sick. Brizzy says Patrick Stewart played Ahsoka. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Honestly, it looks really great with the head tails and everything, the horns. Like, honestly, Yeah, Ahsoka and the Mandalorian, pretty damn sexy. Yeah, Patrick Stewart knows what he's doing. Now, the original Elder Scrolls Oblivion, I like the title card a little bit better here because it faded away from Elder Scrolls 4. The 4 faded into Oblivion. I felt like that was a lot cooler. It really brought chills to my bone. But in this, it just shows the full title together. Not bad, but man, I really liked when it faded. Looks so much nicer. But whatever. Okay, so Lou Mail asks, are the saves separated into your different characters now? Yeah, there's different character slots now, so I don't have to worry about mixing up character slots like in the old Fallout 3, New Vegas, Oblivion, Morrowind days. It's all separated based on character. Nice organization. Really appreciate it. Now, I'm not going to play as whatever this twink is, this Imperial scum. No thank you. I don't want to play as some snooty high elf. Like, yeah, look at this guy. He looks like he fucking smells his own farts. No thank you. Dark elf. Honestly, he looks pretty tight with the mohawk. It's one of those things where it's like, he probably was balding, but he really figured out how to save it. But, not so sure. Breton. Just looks like somebody's math teacher. Like, no thank you. All right, no thank you. Velociraptor guy, Argonian. Yeah, pretty cool, but I feel like I don't want people to be extra racist towards me, so I'm gonna pick something else. I guess Khajiit is somewhat kind of like who I am, the kind of guy I am, but at the same time, I don't like this furry bait. I get it enough as it is. It's not great. Nord, what's up with the what's up with the braids, dude? Are you trying to fool here? Redguard, yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't, I guess resistance to disease. I guess it pays to be a black guy in Cyrodiil, but no thanks. Wood elf. I guess it's like a high elf, but instead of being high, it's just got a lot of wood. But I'm gonna go with Orc. The people of the Rothgarian and Dragontail Mountains. Orcish armors are prized for their craftsmanship. Orc troopers in heavy armor are among the finest in the Empire and are fearsome when using their berserker rage. All right, origin, Stronghold or Orsinium. So, your fate in the Stronghold was decided when you were born. As a member of a Stronghold, you would serve your chieftain with honor and would make the orcs proud. Your charisma and resilience were honed for when you'd serve. Or Orsinium. You are proud to have been raised in Orsinium, where you train to be as versatile a warrior as possible. As such, you are better with magic than most other orcs. I'm going to go with Orsinium. Now, this is a new addition to, quote-unquote new addition to Oblivion. In the original Oblivion, the different genders of the different races had their own starting out stats. That's no longer the case, so instead they decided to split the stats up based on your quote-unquote origin. Make it a little bit more Baldur's Gate, more D&D, where you have some vague backstory. And, this is another, I guess, somewhat controversial aspect of the game. Body type 1 or 2. I feel like they would have avoided some controversy if they just said, do you want titties or no titties? It's up to you. Do you want titties or no titties? I'll go with no titties. But, man, those are some nice orc titties, I gotta say. I'm gonna go, I'm kind of somewhat virile. I'm not quite middle-aged as far as orcs go. As far as skin tone, let's go all the way green. Don't worry, I'm going to fix this. I don't want to be reminded of goulash. All right. Okay. Let's switch to head. Oh, man, I love some head right now. But before I mess with these more customizable features, let's focus on the eyes. The windows to the soul. Now, of course, I want pure black eyes, and now it's finally possible in Oblivion to have purely black eyes. The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. They're in here somewhere. Because I'm seeing some black eyes. There's pure black eyes. I think these are... Okay, yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, well, actually... No, let's go with that. Pretty damn black. I mean, you could still see some soul in there, but it's honestly pretty damn black. Okay, skin type. I want to make this guy kind of, I don't know, somewhat... I wish I could, like, refine this a bit more, because I'm kind of, I guess this is somewhat... kind of close to at least my cartoon color scheme. Okay, let's go with that. All right. Because I chose orc because of their really great teeth. I really appreciate their style of teeth. I don't know what it is about them. I feel like I'm just kind of kin with orcs somehow. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Nicola. We're skipping Wrong Turn 5. Love you, Doc. No. We're gonna be watching all the Wrong Turn movies. We're gonna finish them off. Unfortunately, because I already said we're gonna be watching the Wrong Turn movies. I gotta stick to my original plans, even though I somewhat regret them. Yeah, you can't really see some of these customization options. I can't see the freckles I'm, like, creating and making disappear. Oh, well. Yeah, I feel like they keep the option to use some of these character creation options, but they don't really do anything or anything noticeable for some of the races. Alright, that looks pretty good. Do I want eyeshadow? Yeah, let's get some eyeshadow. Yeah, I'm looking fabulous. Alright, now before I really mess with the head, let's choose my haircut. I like this. It's a nice flowing mane of hair, but at the same time it kind of reminds... Yeah, this is Goulash's hair. This is Goulash's exact haircut right now. No, thank you. It's like some kind of bastardized hybrid of Goulash and I. That sucks. At the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like, I guess this kind of work, I guess, I don't know. It sort of sucks that orcs have just... They all have to suffer from male pattern baldness. They're all just kind of not doing so great on the haircut front. I guess this is okay. I guess I can live with this. It's kind of still receding. It's sort of like a Walton Goggins haircut, but, yeah, I guess this kind of... I guess Walton Goggins, I realize he looks like an orc, but, just with better teeth, I guess. Alright. Let's, choose my facial hair. I feel like, yeah, I don't quite want a Honest Abe, so let's definitely supplement it. That looks pretty good. That looks kind of like a decent amount of, like, wolf guy scruff. That works for me. This might be a little too much. Maybe just a slight, subtle bit of, something I could give ladies a mustache ride, but it's not super prominent. Yeah, that looks kind of, I don't know, makes me kind of look like a dipshit. Yeah, man, I guess, yeah, let's go with this. It's nice and subtle. Doesn't dominate the face too much. Okay, no, we're not going to body. We're going to head shape. Yes, here we go. Now, I am going to be playing with controller, but I'm doing the character creator with my mouse and keyboard just because it's a lot more intuitive. Because, like, if I was using a controller to do the character creator, it would, like, take forever just to, like, go through the sliders and everything. It's already going to take so long to get through this character creation process. We're almost done, though. I just need to finish my masterpiece. Need to customize the way this guy looks. Selena says Goulash has great hair. Well, I guess he would appreciate it. I don't necessarily agree. Alright, pronounced... Oh, man, look at that chin. That is, like, something else there. Jutting... Do I want a jutting... Oh, man, like, this is total Chad territory. I don't want it to be too... I don't want to make this, like, a Monster Factory video where it's, like, I'm making him look all fucked up. I want him to look somewhat presentable. Alright, I'm sure there's plenty of videos you can watch of just the most fucked up, because I've seen people's creations in this. Like, this version of the game has a much better character creation system where it has stuff like, now it finally has real beards, facial hair, and everything. The original Oblivion, all you could do was get peach fuzz, but, you could still make, like, really fucked up looking characters in this character creator, but the original version of Oblivion, the characters just look fucked up by default. They all look like they had potato heads. Like, and the orcs look like Shrek. It wasn't great looking. At the time, though, it's so fucked up. But at the time, when Oblivion did come out, I was like, this is, like, real life. This is, like, just the most amazing graphics I've ever seen. And, yeah, it's one of those things where games with realistic graphics for their time do end up really aging poorly, like, over time. Like, Oblivion looked amazing at the time. It really did. Like, I know, like, a lot of younger people see Oblivion and they're like, that looks like shit. But at the time, it truly did look amazing. It looked really, truly amazing. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Like, it just, I guess it just didn't really have a great art style, a great realistic art style to age well. It's unfortunate, but now it finally looks amazing, but who knows, this remaster might also age poorly. We'll be looking back on, but then again, I feel like it's not as bad. Like, when I look back at Skyrim, it hasn't aged super well, but it's still, like, it feels like the characters have more of an art style to them where they feel like they're much more intentionally made to look kind of ugly and gritty. When I look at Fallout 4, it's, you know, that game's now 10 years old, which is fucking insane, but that game's still, it's aged pretty decently for its time. Like, Bethesda games, there was a time when Bethesda games were some of the best-looking games out there. Now it's not really the case. Their engine is kind of been outpaced by a lot of other game companies, but for what they do, they're still, like, they're the only real game company that makes the kind of RPGs they make. Like, there isn't another developer that makes a game, like an open world game where you can make your own character, you can go anywhere, you can interact with every single object, put everything in your inventory. Like, they still have something that no other developer seems to really have the cojones to try to approach. But yeah, they're not quite on the cutting edge technologically anymore. Hopefully Elder Scrolls 6, they take things up a notch, because Starfield wasn't super impressive. Now it's time to name this motherfucker. Now, orcs usually have tons of apostrophes in their names, so I'm gonna go Kator, Wolfla. All right, Wolfla. All right, there we go. That's my orc guy's name. All right, there we go. Dr. Wolfla. All right. So my strengths: excellent armor craftsmanship, magic resistance, possesses berserker rage, increased intelligence. All right. I'm a smart orc. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's switch to the controller, just because it's just all I know. I used to play PC games all the time. Now I'm just so much more used to controllers. God, this Dark Wolf is, like, extra racist. I hate this guy. I wish I could kick his ass. You're saying all this shit right now, when I'm behind, like, 2 layers of iron bars.
But you must be the one orc weakling.
I'm gonna kick your ass. First time I get out of here, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
You're going to die in here, orc, like an animal in a cage.
Ugh.
Hey,
Guy
you hear that?
needs to eat my ass.
They're coming for you.
Come on. I'm surprised this guy isn't somebody's prison bitch in the Imperial City. Like, I don't know how that hasn't happened. Like, it's a good thing he doesn't have a cellmate.
We don't know that.
Because he would definitely be a guy's bitch.
No,
Talk's a mean talk, but,
I know.
let's see him have a cellmate. Let's see what he says then.
Limits.
Guys,
Mix up with the
whoa, is that Patrick Stewart?
Never mind. Get
Hell
back.
yeah.
Stand
All
up,
right.
prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
This is honestly something that did impress me about games in this era, just the fact that physics started to exist. You could punch these chains and they'd move. Unfortunately, from what I've seen and what I've tested,
Stay put, prisoner.
lamps no longer have
We're not out of
physics.
this
They
yet.
used to, when they were on chains, they used to, like, dangle around. They don't do that anymore. Kind of disappointing. And also,
See your face. You are the
also,
one
I
for
think
my
signs
dream.
don't have physics anymore. I could be wrong.
Stars were
I guess we'll
right.
find out.
This is the day. Gods give me strength.
Man, you're really being over dramatic, dude. I know you're like a
Attacked my
classically
sons.
trained
I
actor,
am
but take it
next.
easy.
My blades are
Take it
leading
easy,
me out of the
Uriel.
city along a secret escape route.
I kind of wish they
chance,
gave
the
Uriel
entrance
a
to that
beard in this
escape route
version,
leads through your
because he
city.
originally had a beard in Arena, but they didn't have the technology
Uriel
to give beards in
grace of the gods.
in this game when Oblivion first came out, so he had to go beardless. Give him a beard finally. He looks so much better with a beard.
Serve her in your own way.
Joseph Finlay has a super chat. Thank you, Joseph. What's in the docket for tomorrow night's die-in stream? Oh, a couple of movies called Wrong Turn 5 and 6. I know I said I was going to cancel those as the double feature, but I changed my mind. What should I do? I go my own way, dude.
But what path can be avoided whose end is fixed by the almighty God?
I gotta say, this
Please,
game,
sire, we must keep moving.
it doesn't have the, like, this remaster doesn't have the same, what's the word I'm looking for? The same, I guess, just the same level of customization, the same
There's no way to open it
robust
from the
level
other
of
side.
customization as
This
some of
doesn't
Bethesda's
concern
later
you, prisoner.
games.
Looks like this is your
But, the faces are probably the best Bethesda games have ever looked, which is crazy because this is a remaster of like a 20-year-old game. I guess I haven't mentioned it, but this is... When I first heard about it, when it was first getting leaked, I was kind of disappointed when it was being called a remaster because I was like, well, what...
Stand aside, prisoner.
Is it just going to be the same game, but just like with better textures or something? But this looks like it could be a remake. For all intents and purposes, it kind of is a remake, but it's a complicated thing where they basically remade all of the game's assets from scratch, but it's running on top of the original version of the game, so it's technically a remaster. It is the original game, just with like nicer shit on top of it, and running on it's still running on it's still running on the Creation Engine, or I guess Gamebryo, or whatever the fuck original Oblivion ran on. But it's just, it has like just this layer of Unreal Engine 5 that gives it much better lighting systems. Though that comes with some aspects that aren't so great with this remaster that I'll discuss once we get to the open world. Now, I finally got some cool shit. Okay, I'm gonna use this bitch's katana. Hell yeah. I like the fact that the Imperial blades, they're like, I guess, weeaboos or something. They like wield katanas and stuff. Like, all right, Mythic Dawnhood. All right, now that looks cool. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I don't need the potion. All right, let's set this katana to... Oh, shit. Wrong button. Let's set this katana to 1. And that's it for now. All right, cool. Actually, I also got some magic. Let's switch. Let's set magic. Let's set to the healing spell to 8. All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
They won't be the first to underestimate the blades. I'll take point. Let's move. You stay here, prisoner.
Warren asks, "Hey Doc, how's the mall holding up?" It's actually doing okay. It got nuked, but I'll explain how it's fine. But yeah, it's brand new again. Well, I guess it's still like a dying mall, but it's not blown up anymore. Selena asks, "Why'd you change your mind regarding Wrong Turn?" Well, I had already done in advance. I'd made 2 videos in advance saying I'd be streaming the Wrong Turn movies with my Patreon supporters. And it was just like, well, I can't, like, say that twice and then take it back. But when I was watching Wrong Turn 3 and 4 with Patreon supporters last Sunday, I was like, yeah, these movies really fucking suck. So I was kind of like, I'm not so sure about streaming 2 more of them, but we're just gonna get through them. Oh, I fucked up the first fucking lockpick. Ah, damn it. Oh well. Oh, sweet. More rats to kill. They look so cute. I hate the fact that I'm killing them, but at the same time, they're abominations. They should not be that big. Are there actually, like, I noticed, like, all the animals that should be small in Oblivion, or I guess in the Elder Scroll, in Tamriel in general, they're always gigantic. I kind of wonder what's up with that. All right, let's equip my leathers. There we go. Looking nice. Also, okay, let's set this to 2. I keep, like, mixing up the shoulder and trigger buttons. I gotta stop doing that. All right, this, we're gonna set that to 3. And, oh yeah, we also want to equip arrows. All right, sweet. Let's equip the bow, and let's do some target practice on a bucket. There we go. Now, the Elder Scrolls series has a interesting, very different, and kind of controversial skill system. You level up your skills based on how often you use them. So the more often you use, like, you know, you use a blunt weapon, the more your blunt weapon skill will increase. It's an interesting system because even with, like, Bethesda's Fallout games, Fallout 3, I guess they just published New Vegas, but, you know, New Vegas at least, you could, like, more manually adjust your skill levels with things, but in these games, it's a little bit more hands-on. It's definitely an aspect that some people like, but I don't know, at the same time, it makes sense from an immersion standpoint. The more you do something, the better you get at it. But it can become annoying, because then you're just basically, when you do want to make your skills better, then you just end up, like, spamming the same skills over and over again until, like, they slowly level up. Now, I'm an orc, so let's go with some heavier armor. And I love, man, I'm really hoping they include some of the, because, you know, a lot of people's first Elder Scrolls game was Skyrim, but they streamlined and cut out so many features from previous games. Oblivion is also guilty of cutting out features from Morrowind, of course. But, like, I do like the fact that you at least have, like, a decent, I think you have, like, a decent amount of separate armor. I think they kind of, I might be mistaken, like, it's been a little bit since I played Skyrim, but I think they, like, cut out some of your armor options. Actually, maybe no. Actually, it might be the same amount. But at least with Morrowind, though. Okay, with Morrowind, though, you could, like, really go to town with the different customization of your armor. You can have different pauldrons. You could have, you know, all kinds of... You could, like, really mix and match things. Maybe, I don't know. Gotta refamiliarize myself. I mean, at least with, like, Fallout, it's very streamlined. Which, you know, it's definitely a carryover from the classic... Interplay, Black Isle Studios Fallouts, where you can only really choose, at least you can only really choose your main armor and then like some headgear. It's not as involved, but, you know, whatever. I'm hoping also the next Fallout game gives you can like wear different pants. Like, you know, if you have to wear a full outfit in Fallout, you can't like choose what kind of pants you wear, what kind of shirt you wear, what kind of top armor, bottom armor. You can't choose that shit at all in Fallout. I'm hoping that changes. I'm hoping for just more robust options. Also, of course, like in Skyrim's, they did like really simplify the level up system in Skyrim, where in Skyrim, when you level up, all you can really do is pick a perk and level up either your health, stamina, or magicka. That's pretty much it. But in Oblivion, you can actually, like, level up your attributes. You have, like, actual separate attributes and everything. Like, and you could also, like, get these you could get classes. You can get, like, Skyrim at least makes its system a lot more, what's the word? A lot more, I guess, flexible, where you can, like, make a choice and, like, change your mind later without having it have that many consequences, but I like the consequences. I like it when I'm like, just, well, I built this character a certain way, now I'm fucking stuck with him. Like, I like that. I like it when, like, you know, a choice matters. I like that shit. 67 Cats in a Coma production says, wow, that's a crazy production company logo. No, production company name. They say, Morrowind on the OG Xbox still fun to this day. That was my first Elder Scrolls game. Got it on the original Xbox, like you. And it was a game I really enjoyed playing, but I didn't get that far in ever. At least at the time when I first played it, just because it's like, I would just kind of like explore the world, but I didn't necessarily fully grasp the systems, even though I had the manual and everything. Like, it's maybe, like, too deep for me at the time. This game had, I guess, the right level of depth to it, where it's definitely approachable. I also like the fact that your armor, at least up until Oblivion, your armor and your weapons degraded the more you use them. Like, my rough leather shield is down to 78%. I'm going to need to repair it not necessarily too soon, but your armor degrades. I like that in Fallout 3 as well, in New Vegas. And they fucking cut that shit out in, like, more recent games. In Fallout 4 and Skyrim, your shit doesn't degrade, and I like that. I really like that aspect, because you had to, like, care for your things and, like, keep them maintained. It really made you think about how you use shit. So I'm hoping that shit comes back after this remaster, because I like that, and, I also liked it, weapon degradation in Breath of the Wild and, Tears of the Kingdom. Like, that's, like, a huge thing people hated in those games, but I fucking loved it. It made you be very careful about which weapon you used, and made you get creative. If you didn't want to accidentally break something that was really good, you had to figure out other options. I like it when shit breaks and you're kind of forced into, something else. It also just makes the game much more hardcore. I wish I had a fire spell right now. Damn it. My other playthrough and my main playthrough, my other guy's a dark elf, and I think he comes built in with a fire spell. Really like shooting fireballs at guys. Oh well. I guess I could. I do have my not my birth sign. My race's special spell, Berserk. So let's set that to, I guess we can show that off. Let's set that to 7. Let's set it right there. I guess I'll try it out once I approach another goblin. Man, they really need to fix the goblin problem underneath the Imperial City. It's like really, really bad. Thank you for the super chat, Nicole L. I'm your girl if you play Fallout 76, my state, West Virginia. I did stream that, like, back when it first came out in, on Twitch. That was when I still tried to make Twitch a thing, at least for me. But I could never get very far into Fallout 76. Since I played it with its Wastelanders update, I've tried to get into it, but it's just not for me. It's just too, there's just not enough of like a real story up front to it. It's very much a, you exit the vault and you need to go find somebody. And they added, like, actual NPCs for the quests and everything, but it's just still not quite, it still just doesn't draw me in like, this game or the other Fallout games do, where there's, like, I have some kind of stake in the world. There's some, like, I'm important. Like, instead it's just like, yeah, I don't know, go find Adrian Barbeau, like, figure out where she is. We don't know, we're not necessarily going to tell you up front why you need to find her. You're just like, okay, I guess I need to catch up with her. She got, like, a head start. I guess I need to find her. Like, that's just not a very compelling opening narrative thing. Like, I have no interest in it. I could just play Fallout 4, where it's at least, I guess I need to find my son. At least that's something. At least it's some kind, I mean, my son was just a baby, so I don't have that much of an incentive to find my son. Like, I barely got to know him. He didn't say anything. Like, that was, like, probably one of the worst choices creatively with Fallout 4, was like, okay, well, they decided to make it so you're looking for a family member again, but this time it's like a family member who doesn't say anything to you. Like, they could have made your son, like, at least a little older, and you spend a little time with him. Or you could, I don't know, you could sort of shape his backstory, so when you meet him later in the game, he's kind of got something a little different. You have some kind, like, but he doesn't even know you when you finally meet him. Like, like, it's just such a, like, I don't know, like, I definitely, Bethesda, they're not super great. They haven't been super great story-wise recently. Starfield was the same way, where there isn't really a compelling narrative to get you to want to beat it. Like, the compelling narrative is just, there's, like, these special stones in the galaxy that you need to find. We don't know what they're gonna do, but we know they're important. Maybe we'll figure out what they do later. Like, it's just, like, not a compelling narrative hook at all. Like, I mean, at least with Fallout 3, it was like, well, your dad's Liam Neeson. Of course you want to find Liam Neeson, right? He's fucking Liam Neeson. Go look for him. Alright. Kill some more rats. I think we're done with... Oh, actually, we're not quite done with the goblins. Let's keep moving. Just killing everything in sight. admittedly, I do like playing this kind of game in a stream just because it's definitely one of those games you could just kind of fucking zone out playing. Especially in the tutorial, too, and it's especially easy. Like, damn. All right, let's show off the repair. Actually, I can also do some alchemy, too. But for now, let's use the repair hammer and repair... I don't want to repair the katana, because I might end up losing that later anyway. Yeah, okay, let's repair the shield. All right, good. Okay, now we're up to 80. See, not too bad. Like, you just need to... Honestly, all you really need is to just make sure you're always carrying repair hammers, and it's not a big deal that you need to repair stuff. I hope they bring it back. That's all I'm gonna say. Katie says, well, I can't handle watching this game shaky cam, so have a good night, friends. I guess I can make it... They have an option to turn off the shaky cam, so I think I could do that. But first, let me do alchemy. Okay, there's my... Novice Mortar and Pestle. And I like the alchemy system in this version because it's a lot more intuitive. I guess I don't really have anything that can really... Oh, wait, okay, I can damage fatigue at least, damage health on myself, but at least that's something. All right, and I raised my... As you can see, alchemy increased to 6. All right, so I guess I'll turn off the shaky cam because I realize... might be annoying for people. So camera motion off. That's off. That's something I added, admittedly. You know, I kind of like it just because it makes it feel a little bit more immersive, but it's definitely something not a lot of people like. They can kind of imagine the camera moving. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Brady. This is my offensive super chat. Be offended by it. Oh, dear God. Brady? Oh... I'm just scandalized by you saying that. Oh, God. Oh, you're gonna get a stern letter from me in just a few days. I'm so mad. Manny Lamont asked, played Elder Scrolls Online? I didn't play that at all. I've tried to get into MMOs in the past, but it's never really appealed to me. Like, I tried to play, because I loved Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, so when they announced the next game in that series would be an MMO called The Old Republic, I was pretty disappointed. But I still tried to play it, especially when it became free-to-play, because nobody wanted to...
No.
Because it turns out nobody wants to actually... Like, MMOs aren't good enough for anyone to actually want to
You must
buy.
help us.
So they always have to go
They
free-to-play.
understand why I trust
But when it
you.
went free-to-play, I was
Not
still like,
seen
yeah, this
what
is
I've seen.
not for
How
me
can
at
I
all.
explain?
Like, it's just...
Listen, you know.
But,
them.
yeah, I never tried
How
to
they
play Elder
guide
Scrolls
our fates
Online just
with an
because
invisible hand.
I just prefer it to be, like, I'm the only guy in this world. Same thing with Fallout 76. It also has that appeal of, like, I'm the only important guy in this world. Everybody else is just, like, whatever. They're supporting characters. I don't know. I don't think about it. I'm not on good terms with the gods. The Nine guide and protect it. Yeah.
I've served the Nine all my days, and
I'm
I
an
chart
orc
my course
theist.
by the cycles
Is that
of the
something?
heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each afire.
Eddie Huerta
and
says Fallout 4
everyone a sign.
protag probably didn't graduate
I know
his
these
school.
stars well,
I mean, the
and I
male
wonder
protagonist in Fallout
which
4
sun
might not have
marked your
graduated
birth.
high school. He might have got drafted straight into the China-Alaska War or whatever. He might have got really screwed over. They probably have a draft in Fallout world. So he probably went straight to war, killing guys. According to Emil Pagliaro, or whatever the fuck his name is, who writes all of Bethesda's games now. According to him, the Fallout 4 male protagonist is the guy who, he's the guy who illegally executes a Chinese soldier in Canada in the opening of the original Fallout. So it's good to know that the guy you're playing as is a war criminal. I like that. I like that aspect of it. Yeah, no wonder the writing in Starfield was so great. But you know, the female Fallout 4 protagonist has a degree as a lawyer, so she has to have at least, you know, she went to college and stuff. So she might not be a dumb fuck. Who knows? Who knows, though? Alright, what is going to be my birth sign? I guess I could optimize it to warrior, but I could also be... yeah, I don't know. Blessed Word, Fortify Magicka. I feel like maybe my best bet might be the warrior sign. Or resist magic. Shield increases armor rating. I guess I could be a tank. So that is also an option. Fortify endurance. I guess I could have the lady birth sign. All right. The serpent. I mean, I'm sure my orc has quite the serpent between his legs. I don't. Yeah. Let's go with the warrior. Let's just optimize.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it...
Eddie Herta says, did anyone like this king? Is he cool? I mean, I'm really attached to him. I really hope nothing bad happens to him.
Not mine.
Today, the warrior but he's not the king, though. This is an empire, so he's the emperor.
Fades.
Emperor Uriel Septim. Can you see my fate? Aren't you afraid to die? No, I'm afraid to die.
Me, but I have lived well. And my ghost shall rest easy.
So, this guy's the emperor, but they never once gave him a trophy?
Doom,
man.
But not
I guess that's kind of cool.
In this,
I guess they don't give out participation trophies in Tamriel.
To face my apportioned fate, then fall. My dreams grant me no opinions of success. Their compass ventures not beyond the doors of death, but in your face.
Dude, you're being super fucking vague.
Companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied.
Alright, that's great. Can I have your cool amulet? That looks really nice.
Than all the music
I really want that amulet.
You shall follow me yet for a while.
Greetings to you, Sirius Orion.
You wish, sire.
You may as well make yourself useful. Here, carry this torch and stick close.
Oh, cool. Torch time. I don't care about talking to this guy. This isn't a chatting stream. This is a playing stream. All right, let's grab that torch. Okay, let's remember to equip the torch. Where'd I put that torch? Okay, it should be right here. Alrighty. Let's let's set that to. Oh yeah, that should do it. All right, cool. Torch time. Like, look at the lighting effects. Oh man, just so beautiful. It's gonna get maybe a little less beautiful once we enter the open world, but for now, looking pretty damn beautiful. Alright. More iron arrows and another torch. Hell yeah, I think I got a torch earlier, actually, but whatever. Oh shit, these guys are throwing down.
Want to do that again? Show me what you've got.
I wish I could get their armor. I know it's like, you know, they make the armor appear through magic, but that's some sick armor. Ugh. Boy, I sure hope I can join the Mythic Dawn. Because, you know, Bethesda games are all about making choices. So, of course you could choose to join the bad guys, right? Of course. You know, you could join the Enclave in Fallout 3, right?
For the Emperor!
Okay. I like how the closest thing to like a... Well, I guess you can get a bad ending in Fallout 3. But yeah, you can't like join the bad guys. They didn't start doing a thing where you can join... I guess in Skyrim there's not necessarily bad guys, but in Fallout 4, you know, I think it's safe to say the I hated the Institute, by the way. I'd never join... Even if I'm like a bad guy playing Fallout 4, I never joined the Institute. Just because I think... Human-like synths in a post-apocalyptic world that's retro-futuristic, like, it's just so stupid. Like, it's just...
Looks clear.
Like, Bethesda created a new thing, and it totally sucked. Like, oh, God. But, you know, the Institute is evil, but you could join the Institute and be the head. Like, they didn't start really doing... You can join the evil guys until, like, that game.
The gate is barred from the other side.
Such a shame, honestly, but, you know... Linearity, it's just, you know, it's just easier. Sirius Orion asks, who's excited for summer 2025? I mean, I'm looking forward to new Superman movie. Hopefully it works. A lot of people see it. A lot of people like it. It's good,
Here with the
and
Emperor. Guard him with
people
your
kind of get the appeal of Superman.
For the Emperor!
All right, we got to defend the Emperor. Perhaps one last time. Oh shit, I'm hitting the wrong guy.
Told you to stay.
That's the best you can do.
Oh shit, I'm sorry guys. I forgot you wanted me to hang out back
I
here.
can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have...
Blue Bliss says, so the fantasy game is the more morally gray one and not the post-apocalyptic game? Well, Fallout New Vegas is morally... Well, kind of morally... Well, no, actually, no. Yeah, no, it's not morally gray at all. I forgot for a second. Caesar's Legion. Yeah, Caesar's Legion is, like, totally evil. Like, they're the evil guys.
You chose a bad day.
Man, oh, shit. Emperor, no! Okay. Well, we killed his assassin, who's just named Assassin. His parents must be proud. But yeah, you know, New Vegas has a mixture of, like, morally gray factions and an actually evil faction. There isn't really a morally good faction in New Vegas, though. Like, the closest is the NCR. But even they're like a real government. Like, they're like a real government where they do shady things. Like, they don't do... You know, they ultimately have, like, their... You know, they're trying to protect people and stuff, but at the same time, their methods are very questionable, and they also have people who abuse their power and stuff, like a real government, you know?
The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why?
Justin asks, Doc, your fur is immaculate. What hair products do you use?
Joffrey?
I mostly just use slime.
Why?
Just, you know, like slime I find coming out of the walls. I find it works pretty well.
But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the
Lobos asks, want to watch Superman and Fantastic Four? I mean, I'm more interested in Superman, but Fantastic Four looks like the first Marvel movie in a while that I'm interested in, just because I like the sort of retro-futuristic 60s vibe to it. Kind of like they're going for Incredibles, which is ironic because Incredibles is very Fantastic Four-like. So I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four. Usually when I see a Marvel movie, I'm like, this looks like shit. This looks bad. Like there's just no creativity or like love put in this. Fantastic Four looks pretty good. All right, so okay, so I can choose my class. There's combat, magic, and stealth. Makes most sense that I would go for a combat class, but I think maybe not quite maybe Nightblade, actually. Destruction magic. I could do that. 'Cause let me think. Okay. I do like to use block a lot, so maybe battle mage, blade, blunt. Oh, I want to smoke a blunt right now. Destruction, mysticism, maybe too much. Spell sword. Okay. Block is in there. Destruction. Okay, yeah, that looks... You can also make a custom class, which is a thing that was really cool. I miss classes. They better bring back classes in Elder Scrolls 6. They better make it so you can customize your guy fully. But yeah, and like I haven't played a lot of Arena or Daggerfall, but I know in Morrowind you could also create a custom class. All right.
I would never have guessed. Still, I don't think you'll have any trouble with rats and goblins.
Azaz says, I didn't really care for the MCU's Fantastic Four or any of MCU movies in general. Easy pass. Well, I mean, MCU's Fantastic Four hasn't even come out yet, so we'll wait and see. I mean, at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Dr. Doom, and it seems like it's implied that he's going to be Tony Stark, an alternate universe Tony Stark this time around. So that doesn't sound so good, but it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. Because it's like, all right, we're going to give you guys a pretty faithful version of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four from the 60s. We're gonna give that to you finally. We're gonna where it even takes place in the 60s. We're gonna finally give that to you, and we're not gonna give you like a real version of Dr. Doom from the did I need to get something from this guy first?
Leave the Emperor. You need to get out of here. There's no telling. A chapter house of the Order.
Okay, I don't care. Where... Okay, let me read my quest. Okay, I should take the Amulet of Kings to Joffrey at Weynon Priory near the city of Coral. Okay. Oh, wait, is there... Is there another... Oh, wait. Actually, no, wait. I think there's a... Is there a door around here? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I always miss this. It's like this little tiny door that's like a window thing. All right. I'm always like, fuck, okay. So I always just register it as like a window I can't go through. It's just like, just open this door too. Like, come on. What are we doing here? All right. Yeah, and he gave me a key anyway. Why can't that key open this door too? Just fucking confusing me. All right, let's go. Give me a key. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna open a door, right? Okay, I guess it's not there though. All right. Greetings to you, Marilyn. James Remington says, how sad is it when Fantastic Four is the best thing Marvel has been doing? I mean, it's not that sad when you consider Fantastic Four they're the characters that put Marvel on the map initially. Like, that was like the thing that was like Stan Lee's first big superhero project that got him some attention. And that, of course, led to stuff like Spider-Man. Like, it's like the first real thing, because, of course, Captain America came before, but that was before Stan Lee's time as a writer for what eventually would become Marvel. At the time when Captain America existed, it was Timely Comics. So, you know, it feels pretty fitting that, you know, if any movie puts Marvel back on the map, it should be Fantastic Four. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, it could be a fluke. Who knows? Like, who really knows what Avengers Doomsday will bring? Like, oh god. All right, rat dead. Honestly, it barely damaged me. I could probably have just like ignored the rat completely and just kept walking. All right, sweet. We're finally almost in the open world, and I could show you guys the frame rate dips to come. It's not too bad of a frame rate dip, but it's one of those things where people bought this on, like, the Steam Deck, for instance, thinking, like, oh, yeah, it could totally run. It's verified and everything. Like, Steam Deck verified doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean shit. Like, I'm a proud owner of a Steam Deck, but when something's verified, it just means you could turn it on and it'll technically work. But, yeah, this game does not run on Steam Deck. Like, it's very misleading when you do the opening tutorial levels of this game, and it's all in, like, caves where you're like, oh, yeah, this game runs really well. And then you go outside, and it tells a different story. Now, like every Bethesda game, there's a point where you can, like, change the choices you made about how you created your character. But I'm happy with how this guy turned out. James says, I respect the comics, but the franchise has been cursed for years. I'm afraid to be optimistic with Fantastic Four. I mean, with Fantastic Four, like, the movies have sucked, but I just feel like there just wasn't, like, I don't know, nobody really cared that much. I feel like now they have to make it care, because they have to, like, integrate it with this larger universe. Yeah, the frame rate is really dipping, like, okay, it's starting to stabilize a little bit. Actually, yeah, it's like fucking all over the place, actually. This is a big issue because I have a decent rig, but yeah, it's like not the most stable frame rate wise. It's at least on PC. If you have a PC and a PS5, I recommend you get this game on the PS5 instead, just because Unreal Engine 5 games are not optimized at all for PCs. It's an unfortunate thing. It should be optimized, but it just fucking isn't. It's such a shame, because yeah, it's like it is running for me right now at 100. It's like rapidly fluctuating from 90 to 120 frames per second, which is a pretty high frame rate, but like it just has this traversal stutter to it. It might not be something that you can tell in the stream, but I saw like a Digital Foundry video today that definitely confirmed my claims. With like the highest end hardware you could do, it still has this traversal stutter, where every few yards, it'll stutter a little bit. It's not too bad. I'm still, like, really enjoying the game, but it's not great optimization. But I feel like every Unreal Engine 5 game I've played, they've never managed to fix the performance issues. So that's just an unfortunate thing. Like, at least on PC, like, it's just, like, this is just how these games run on PC. Like, it is what it is. It's a shame, but, oh well. Alright, so now something that you might have saw, my athletic skill increased. Your athletic skill increases just from you walking. Like, you just, you just walk around, you run. And it's something I also didn't mention. This game finally has a sprint button. Hold down your left stick and you start sprinting, so you can stutter even more. But luckily, when you get inside cities and inside caves and stuff, the stuttering goes away. But when you're in the open world, it's fucking stutter central. Anthony F says Metal Gear Solid Delta is also an Unreal Engine game. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. I'm gonna need to remember to get it on PS5 instead of PC. I honestly probably should have got this on PS5, because like the last, because I got Jedi Survivor. I was originally I wanted to get it on PC, but then I saw just the performance, and I was like, okay, I'll get it on PS5. And the performance was still not great on PS5, but it didn't stutter like on PC. But then, like, when Jedi Survivor was on sale again recently, I was like, I'll give it a shot. I'll see what it's like, and it still stutters, even with all the updates and everything. It still has those stutters that are just really fucking annoying in like an action-based game like it. Same thing with the Dead Space remake, where I eventually bounced off it just because the constant stutters just got on my nerves eventually. Like, it was a cool remake, but I've got it on PC. I'll probably try it again on console, but the stutters were just so bad. Like, it made me think like there was something wrong with my computer, but it's just Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 sucks ass. It's just not optimized. Because like I saw this game stuttering on a 5090 graphics card. I have a 4070 Ti, so my card is like 2 years old at this point, but it's still a little bit more on the higher end of things, and it'll still stutter in the open world. We'll go back to the open world and we'll see it firsthand. Actually, before we do that, probably should sell some shit. Okay, so, but I passed the. Actually, is it? It might be too early. Oh wait, actually, okay, I could totally sell some stuff. Just get rid of some of the shit that's encumbering me for a second. Let's use the fast travel system. Yes. Then I'll fast travel out of the city. Alright, here we go. James says, Jedi Survivor was fun. Wish the performance issues didn't keep people from playing. I would enjoy a movie from that storyline. I mean, yeah, that's like one of those things where I feel like it was still kind of a big deal when it came out, but it really just kind of faded away just because people were scared off from all the performance issues. Now, this is something, in the original Oblivion, when you'd, like, I guess I can't jump high enough to, but in the original Oblivion, like, these lamps, they'd have physics to them where they'd, like, shift around, but, yeah, I guess I can't. Actually, I get it. Yeah, so, like, when I hit it, it doesn't move around. Worst remaster ever. Alright. Alright. Sell some shit. Ermac says, cannot wait for Fallout 3 Remastered.
Feel free to browse, friend.
I'm gonna need to make sure I get that on PS5 next time.
I was afraid I lost any hope of new business ever since
Learn my lesson once again about Unreal Engine 5. Alright.
I'll buy just about anything.
So, let's
for the right
sell the
price.
bear pelt.
That's
Let's
a
sell
good
that.
deal.
What else okay, flawed ruby. It's flawed.
That's
Why would I want
more
to keep
than I
that?
would-
Flawed
That's a fair
pearl.
deal.
I guess I could. Oh, fuck. I could be haggling. Now, this is something I hope they bring back in Elder Scrolls 6. You can, like, actually, like, try to haggle for better prices of things. Alright. I'm not going to be using the Petty Soul
a
Gem
fair
anytime
deal.
soon. So you get slightly increased prices. That's good. Sell the daggers. That's good. War axes. Yeah, I don't want to keep these rags. These rags away from me. Sapphire. Get all this shit out of
That's
here.
more than I would usually pay.
I don't care, Jensine, if that's more than you would usually pay. I don't give a shit. You paid it. gonna have to fucking live with
That's
it.
a good deal.
All right, there we go. All right,
Thank you
let's
for...
get the fuck
Very
out of here.
well.
Bye, Jensine. I'm not taking your quest. Marilyn Moreau says, I wish Oblivion would get Fallout back. Yeah, I mean, if they do decide to make a remaster like this of New Vegas, I feel like they would at least, at the very least, they'd maybe have Obsidian involved to some degree, because Bethesda had nothing to do with the development of that game, so they need to, like, I don't know, like, consult the original developer to a certain degree to make sure it's, like, done justice, I would hope. Alright, we're heading to Weynon Priory now. Marilyn says, I've never met someone who thought 4 was superior. I would judge them so harshly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a lot of people, like, with Skyrim, I see a lot of people saying, yeah, that's the... At least that's the... I don't know. It's the only one... Like, I guess Skyrim has the benefit of, up until now, it was the only one available on... Like, they basically kept rehashing Skyrim on every console, like GTA 5 or what have you. So it's, like, just the only one that's just readily available unless you have an Xbox or a PC. Like, if you have PlayStation, I guess you could stream Oblivion through PlayStation's streaming, like, subscription thing, but you can't, like, fucking, you can't actually, like, you couldn't actually play Oblivion until now with the PS5, so there was just, like, this long time where if you were a PlayStation-only gamer, all you had to really play Elder Scrolls-wise was, I guess, Elder Scrolls Online or Skyrim, so it really, I suppose, affected people. I feel like, with the game's graphics the way they are, this is honestly the best-looking Elder Scrolls game now, this remaster of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It doesn't have all the... It doesn't have some of the things I wish they carried over from Skyrim. I wish they had more of, like, a blacksmithing system. Oh, we found our first Nirn route. Here we go. I don't want to make it my active quest, though. We're not doing side quests. My goal with this stream is just to, at the very least, close the gate to Oblivion. The first gate to Oblivion. That's it. Gonna show off Oblivion. That's all we're gonna do. Because I'm not doing a full play. I'm gonna make this clear. I'm planning to finish Bioshock 2. I'm not gonna do a full playthrough of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Goes on for like fucking 30 parts. No thanks. Oh wait, I can do some hunting. Alright, here we go. Let's also set this to 1. There we go. Okay, let's do some sneaking. Just pretend I'm not here, Bambi. Oh, shit. One thing I will also mention is that this remaster is ironically buggier than the original game. They introduced a lot of new bugs. The AI in this remaster doesn't really quite work, right? Like, a lot of the times, the pathfinding is even worse than the original game. So it's, like, they've got a lot of things they do need to fix with this remaster, where I hit Bambi, like, 2 times just now, and it didn't even, like, it just kind of didn't even, like, its pathfinding was just fucked up. It couldn't move. I've seen so many enemies not react to me when I'm, like, really close to them. Like, they got a lot of shit. I'm hoping they fix this shit, because I am slightly afraid that that their release strategy of this game, where they just basically just shadow drop this game, I am a little afraid that it means that, they're not gonna, like, they didn't have faith in this remaster when they, were planning to release it, so I guess maybe maybe the surprise success of this remaster, they're like, oh shit, we gotta actually, like, support this remaster and fix stuff. Great. Awesome. We're hoping it would just be this thing people hated. We could get back to Starfield 2. Alright. Let's, do I have fire now? Okay, I've got Starlight. Oh, yeah, I got Protect, though. I'm already quite a tank, though, so not that important, but I'll still set Protect there. Starlight, yeah, it's just light. Yeah, fucking light. Awesome. Great. I already got torches. I don't need Starlight. Anthony F says, didn't this game leak? It did leak, but, I mean, it could have been an intentional thing for it to leak, but I think they were hoping that this game would just suddenly release as a surprise, but people had been, like, because this game, initially, the awareness of this remaster was based on some court documents in an Xbox. I think when Xbox was acquiring Bethesda or something, they had to reveal to the court that this is some of the current projects that Bethesda is currently working on. Because, like, it's one of those things where it's like, unfortunately, like, when you're acquiring, like, when you're a corporation acquiring another big corporation, it is, like, held under certain legal scrutiny, but it still didn't really affect anything. I'm honestly so afraid of Microsoft owning something like Bethesda now, like, where I'm somewhat afraid that it'll mean that, like, if they release Elder Scrolls 6 and it's just not great, it'll just mean, okay, I guess we're just not going to make Elder Scrolls games anymore. The same thing, like, I feel like Microsoft's strategy is, if a game doesn't perform very well or perform the way they hoped it would, like, they're just like, yeah, I guess this game series is just, it's over now. All right, okay. Let's just let this, developer rot until eventually we close it down. But we still own the license to their games. All right, awesome, groovy. Linz asks, Doc, do you smoke the devil's lettuce? I mean, if you're asking me if I smoke lettuce from the grocery store, I mean, I've tried it, but I haven't gotten any kind of high from it. I mean, yeah, honestly, just nothing. Just absolutely, yeah, I don't see the appeal of it. People always talk about smoking lettuce. It does nothing to me. All right, check my map. How close? Oh, yeah, damn, we're actually there. All right, cool. We're at Weynon Priory now. Awesome. The DRWC show says, can Microsoft buy the FF7 team so they can ruin that too? What's FF7? I don't know. Okay, I mean, I guess if it makes you happy, they can buy that too. Oh, Final Fantasy VII? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft is like, let's just buy let's buy Square Enix, let's just buy every game publisher, so we'll have all the game publishers, but we won't release new games in the series. Like, if you're, like, maybe it's like they buy these publishers out of spite. They're like, people aren't buying the Xbox Series consoles for various reasons, mostly the confusing name. So if people aren't going to buy our consoles, then I guess they're just not going to be able to buy games in general. Like, fuck them. Because it's like, they buy these developers, but then they just don't release any, like, the developers just never release another game. It's just crazy. It's nuts. It's an interesting strategy.
Yes. Can I help you?
Okay, my business is private. I must speak to Joffrey.
Go ahead.
All right, let's talk to Joffrey right now. All right. And, you know, I used to be an Xbox guy. I mean, I still technically am. I have an Xbox Series console. But I'm not primarily. I was primarily an Xbox guy with the original Xbox and the 360, but with the One, like, really lost a lot of confidence in them knowing what they're doing. So wait, oh, okay, he, like, blended in. Like, the lighting in this game, it tanks the frame rate, but man, it's so good, I could barely see him. He's, like, so subtly lit. It's beautiful.
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want?
I also like when you talk to a guy, they, like, no matter the lighting, they still become well lit when you talk to them. That's an issue in some Bethesda games where you will talk to someone in poor lighting, and at least something like Fallout 3, where you'll talk to someone in poor lighting and they'll just be like this creepy silhouette in front of you. I brought the Amulet of Kings.
This cannot be. No one but the Emperor is permitted to handle the amulet. Let me see it. By the night.
There's the amulet. Anthony F says, I'm only an Xbox guy because fuck Sony. I'm going to Steam Deck. I mean,
know of the Emperor's death?
I guess the other aspect of why I'm not as much of an Xbox guy, just because I built a PC, and all of Microsoft's games come to PC. There are some older original Xbox and 360 games that are still stuck on those consoles, though, unfortunately. I wish Jet Set Radio Future came out on PC. Sega ported it. You can emulate it, but the emulation just still isn't quite there.
His meaning is unclear to me as well. The Emperor seemed to perceive some threat.
Eddie Huerta asks, Doc, have you ever completed Oblivion before? It's fucked up because I have played hundreds of hours of this game when it came out. But I'm one of those people who just never, finished the main quest. I do, all the side quests, I do all the side factions and things, but I just never get around to actually finishing the main story. It's fucking crazy. I'm gonna definitely finish it, finally, in my private playthrough of this game, though.
It is a holy relic of great power. When an emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light the dragon fires at the Temple of the One in the Imperial City. With the emperor dead and no new heir crowned, the dragon fires in the temple will be dark.
This guy kind of looks like George Costanza. He's giving me a lot of exposition. I kind of want to skip through it. Lots of lore, but I'll sit through it. Whatever.
Many years ago, I served as
Ermac says, I thought Banjo coming to Smash meant something was going to happen. Yeah, I mean, maybe they have some kind of developer in secret trying to figure out something like Banjo-Kazooie, but yeah, I don't know. It's also just a greater issue in the as far as game publishers in general. Since the 360 PS3 generation, I feel like a lot of game publishers, they got their main franchise established that generation, and they just milk that. Where, Ubisoft, they got the Assassin's Creed games and Far Cry 2 as well, so they just milk those games. They'll release some other games, but, their other franchises kind of lie dormant. 2K, or / Take-Two, they got GTA 5, which has GTA Online, so they could just continuously fucking milk that one game. They could, they never even have to release GTA 6. Supposedly it's coming out this year, supposedly. But they could never release that, and they'd still be, fucking good to go money-wise. Because, Take-Two also owns the rights to BioShock, and BioShock 4 has been in development through this company called Cloud Chamber for nearly 10 years now, and they still haven't figured out BioShock 4. Apparently BioShock 4, though, is rumored to come out in 2028, so, that's something to look forward to, I guess. God. Alright. Now, did I get all the information I need? Alright, I think I got everything I need. I think I just need to go down to... Alright, we're going to Kvatch now. See you, Joffrey. Oh, wait, I also need this shit. Open this chest for me, Joffrey.
Your first priority now should be to find Martin and bring him back here.
Yeah, I know, Joffrey. That's what I'm fucking gonna do. Okay. Open... Where's the thing? Assistance, yes.
I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply traveling blades. Help yourself to whatever you need.
Johnny Tong says Oblivion is turning 20 next year, and it's on GOG, the OG version. Well, the thing I appreciated is that Bethesda did not delist the original Oblivion on Steam and GOG. So, if you don't have a computer that can run this game, but you're interested in it, based on just what you've been seeing, you could just play that version. You can also just mod it as well. So you're pretty much good to go. It's not going to be as pretty, but it is going to run so much better than this one. Even if you have high-end hardware, yeah, this game isn't running well. It's an unfortunate thing about this remaster. It's passable. It's one of those things where this game isn't so much of a challenge compared to some games where, you really don't want to be, constantly fucking, you don't want to really be constantly dropping frames, but, oh, steel bow. Okay, I want that one instead. Okay, there we go. Steel arrow, too. Yeah, I want to, oh, shit. I need to get off this screen. Okay, steel bow. All right, good. Let's equip that. Let's equip the steel bow. Let's head out. Leave all this shit behind. Force Joffrey to clean this shit up. Good luck, Joffrey. See you later, dipshit. But yeah, you could still play the original Oblivion. That's nice, because, like, Rockstar faced some backlash because they just delisted the original versions of GTA 3, San Andreas, and Vice City in favor of you just buying the shitty remastered versions. And the remastered versions of GTA Trilogy, they've gotten better. Like, I played through all three, the main campaigns of all three recently, and they're playable, but they don't look very good. It's, like, not a very appealing visual style, where it's like the original graphics are just much more appealing looking than just the weird fucking claymation looking shit they did with the remastered version of the GTA Trilogy, which is a shame. But yeah, GTA Trilogy, the remaster is playable, but yeah, they should have kept the original version. I guess the original versions are still available in the Rockstar store on PC, but it's like nobody... The Rockstar launcher fucking sucks ass. It like makes... It just makes everything... I really also hate the fact that you're already buying... If you buy a game on Steam, you're like, okay, well, I have this launcher that's DRM, so I shouldn't have to deal with another launcher, right? But then Rockstar or Ubisoft or whatever, they'll put another launcher on top of the existing Steam launcher just because they want to buy your fucking... They want to sell your data and shit. They're like, yeah, we want this fucking launcher, dude. We want this launcher so we can collect all your data and sell it to somebody. Don't like it? Well, don't buy the game then. God. Hate it. Now, hopefully I can at least get to level 2. I'm not going to probably be leveling up this much because I'm not doing any side stuff, so I'm going to be pretty low level. I feel like the enemies in this remaster are a lot more tanky. I'm on just the normal difficulty, but they're fucking tanky as hell. Like, they're just absorbing hits. It's crazy. This is just a normal bandit guy. All right, let's heal up. Actually, wait. Did he heal? Oh my god, I think he healed. Okay, I can't use my berserk. I already used it. Okay, no, I guess he didn't heal. Okay, that's good. That would have sucked. Come on, dude, just... Okay, I should use power attack. Okay, that still didn't do that much. I should maybe, I guess, possibly switch to blunt weapons. That might be something I'm just better predisposed to using. Might want to switch to that. Or axes, maybe. Okay, let's actually look at my skills for once. Let's see what I'm doing. Okay. I mean, blade is 28, so... Alright, blade is 28. Blunt is 15. Man, my blunt skill, lower than I would have thought. See, okay, I'm good with blade. Like, that's my main thing. I guess destruction I'm better at, but I don't have a destruction spell. I guess I need to go buy one. It's fucked up that they don't give me a destruction spell, though, automatically. Well, you know, that's the great thing about Oblivion, though. I've been saying I don't like the casualization of this series. You gotta go buy your spells. You want a better spell? You have to go to a mage's guild and buy one, bitch. That's just how it is. I might need to stop somewhere and buy a actual fire spell or something, just to supplement my damage output a little bit. Marilyn says, big ups to Volition for leaving Saints Row 3 up after remastering it. May they rest in peace. I don't think they had much of a say in it, but it's good that, I guess, because it's currently owned by... What's the name of that publisher? Something Nordic? It's like... Oh, THQ Nordic. I just remembered. Yeah, they're currently... yeah, Volition's just gone. I guess actually, no, they did still exist for the recent... I never played the recent Saints Row reboot. But I did play Saints Row the 3rd. I played a little bit of the 4th one, but I like 3 a lot. But I realized 3 is also just a controversial entry for, like, hardcore Saints Row fans, just because they made it even goofier than the previous 2 and made it much more this, like, simulation of you playing this, like, celebrity gang lord guy, where it's like they really make it over the top, but definitely appealed to me where it's like, okay, well, the GTA games are becoming much more, they're focusing much more on, like, trying to simulate reality, where you have this GTA-style series that's much more focused on just being fun and having arcadey systems, where they were like, okay, well, let's find a niche with this. I definitely, with 4, the one where you're president, they probably went a little too far, where the GTA elements just don't even matter. You don't need to drive a car, you can just fly around, you have superpowers and stuff. Or it's like maybe a little too far, where, you know. Alright.
What is it, citizen?
Oh yeah, I also like the fact that, I just passed that guard, but I like the fact that they kept pretty much all the primary original voice acting in this remaster, but they also supplement it with some lesser characters have, like, new voice actors that make them feel more unique. I noticed most of the new voice acting is just Jason Marsden, who played, no relation to James Marsden, Jason Marsden, who played Max from a Goofy movie. He's, like, back from Skyrim. He also played Boone, of course, in Fallout New Vegas, but he's back from Skyrim just playing, like, pretty much every other elf in this game. I like hearing his voice, but I'm hearing it a little too fucking often, where I'm like, oh, great, this guy's, of course, he's an elf. He's played by Max from a Goofy movie again. All right, awesome. But it's good to know he's still getting work, though. Actually, where the fuck am I? What? Is that the... Wait, how did this happen? Oh, yeah, I forgot. No, I was backtracking. Okay, yeah, no, I'm where I'm supposed to be. I was like, I went to Weynon Priory. I'm following the roads. I'm not going off-road. I'm staying on the roads. Just let me make sure okay, I gotta get back on the road, though. I gotta make sure I'm staying on the roads. I also maybe want to do some hunting. Okay, actually, I could maybe show off Alchemy some more. Let's see. Hopefully, I got some stuff I can actually make something out of. Alright, so, let's see. Restore health. Okay, cool. So, something I do wish this game had from Skyrim is a real cooking system. Because, you know, you take, like, ingredients, you know, venison, and you mix it with this piece of a mushroom, and you think, okay, I'm going to make some kind of gourmet meal or something, and then you make it, and it's like just a potion. So it's one of the, like, it's one of those things where I'm like, man, I guess it would have been nice if they, like, took, like, the food ingredients and made it so you could make meals, but, you know, it's true to the original. Oh, well. I made a healing potion, at least. Restore agility. Alright, let's do that. Mostly I'm just doing that just to increase my alchemy. That's an easy way to get to at least level 2. Show off what leveling up is like. That's something actually I also wish they did from Skyrim. Because in Skyrim, when you level up, you could just level up whenever you want from the you know, the pause menu. But in all the earlier Oblivion games, all the earlier Elder Scrolls games, to level up, you have to go to sleep first. So you have to find a bed somewhere, which, in some cases, you know, in some situations can be easier said than done. But I guess it at least gives you a reason to go to sleep in this game. In later Bethesda games, like Fallout 3 and Skyrim, when you sleep, you do level up your character a little faster for at least a small period of time, so it gives you that reason for why you would want to go to sleep. But in Elder Scrolls 4, though, you go to sleep just to level up your guy. Because you also can, like, wait. So I guess you could also heal if you sleep, so I guess that's another benefit to sleeping, but you don't need to sleep that often. Now, what I want to do right now is I want to go to Skinrad. So I'm going to follow the sign, go down this route. We're going to go straight to Skinrad, and we're going to fight that fucking... I see that wolf up there. Alright, let's kick this wolf's ass. Oh, it looks like I leveled up. Ah, sweet. Maybe we'll get to level 3 by the end of this stream. I definitely gotta rent a room in Skingrad. Or actually, there might be an inn on the way. Boy, I'm hoping for an inn. Something I like to do in this game, because, like, you also level up if you take fall damage. That'll level up your acrobatics. So something I like to do is fall from a little bit high up, and then I spam my healing spell. So then I'm like, I'm leveling up my acrobatics, and then I'm leveling up my, I'm leveling up my restoration magic. I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It's great. Okay, Noah says, Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2, where there was no book and no shadows. It's a cool title, though. I will say in my upcoming review of Chopping Mall, I do go into the director, director Jim Wynorski's filmography a little bit. And a little trivia about Jim Wynorski, he directed a bunch of softcore porn Blair Witch parodies called the Bear Wench Project series. He directed 5 of these movies. Like, even, like, there hadn't been another, like, the last one was released in 2005, like, 5 years after the last Blair Witch movie had come out. Like, he was still making these softcore porn Blair Witch parodies. But, the second Bear Wench Project movie is called Book of Babes, Bear Wench 2. So I really appreciated I like that era when porn parodies had, like, pun titles. They don't really do that anymore. Now it is just, this ain't Batman XXX, or just Batman a XXX parody, just as an example. Which I guess, you know what you're getting. But I miss the era where you'd get stuff like Edward Penis Hands. I miss that era. Selena says The Hills Have Thighs. Jim Wynorski did direct The Hills Have Thighs. A little trivia there. He directed that. He directed all the Busty Cops movies as well. One of Jim Wynorski's movies is a porn parody of Paranormal Activity called Para-Knockers Activity. Little trivia there. Man, this imp is really throwing down. I always thought it was kind of weird how the imps sound just like canaries. I guess they were just like, what do these little bat guys sound like? I don't know, like, they sound like, I don't know, like little tiny parakeets. I don't know. Figure it out, Todd. You got this. Noah Allison says, this makes me respect him even more, honestly. I was surprised when I saw that Jim Wynorski has actually directed over 100 movies. That's an insane amount of movies to direct. He's been directing for 40 years. So that's like over 2 movies a year on average. Like, and of course they're not great. They're not good movies, but man, that's just a lot of fucking shit. Like a consistent career of bad movies. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't become like a Tommy Wiseau or Ed Wood type of character with this level of that level of shitty movies. But, you know, Chopping Mall's good. Like, his earlier... It's one of those things where it's an ironic thing where his best movies were at the start of his career. I guess it's not actually ironic. I guess that's actually a frequent thing with directors. I don't know why I said that's ironic. That's usually the case. A director's best movies are like even Spielberg, his most iconic movies are like in the first 10 to 20... I guess, yeah, 10 to 20 years, like between Jaws and Jurassic Park. Those are slash Schindler's List. Those are the best era. I like it when the enemies fight each other, so they're not all against me. Whoa! That imp kicked that guy's ass. Damn. I'm sorry, imp. You really had my back there. All right. Yeah, we're just on a road trip. This would go maybe slightly faster if I had a horse. In my main playthrough, I'm playing as a dark elf. And I managed by level 8 to max out my speed, so I'm just, like, significantly faster than the horses in the game. So there's not really much of a reason for me to ride a horse. But I still ride a horse anyway, just for the immersion. Like, my orc guy is, like, going so slow, even, like, sprinting going up this mountain. Ugh, God. I miss the speed of my dark elf. Ugh. Okay, but we're almost, I think we're almost, yeah, we're almost at skin grad at least. Then we can level up. Because I'm, like, leveling up all these other things just by, like, existing, pretty much. But I want to be able to actually get to level 2. Is there a faster way to skin grad? Ah, man. Something I do like about this game, compared to Skyrim and even Morrowind, is that it has a much more varied biomes. Whereas in Skyrim, it's mostly very icy locations, and there's some, like, some pine tree laden forests and stuff, but there's just not as much, like, variety. Whereas in this game, there's just, like, lots of different kinds of places. There's mainly these more grassy, kind of idyllic, foresty areas, but then there's a coastline. There's a there's a place near Skyrim that has lots of, a wintry vibe. There's just a little bit more of a variety. I wish there was also a desert area. That's always kind of nice. I guess I basically want this to be Hyrule, though. As I realize, yeah, I just want Hyrule. Can I just have Hyrule, please? Alright. God, yeah, the frame rate is really taking a shit. Like, it's actually kind of crazy, though, because I'm like, fluctuating between 80 FPS to 100 FPS, but it's still, like, kind of chugging. Like, it's just, like, stuttering bad. Like, probably doesn't help, because the performance is a lot worse because I'm streaming, because it's a little bit more consistent when I'm not streaming. But I guess having my streaming software and everything open at the same time, it's slowing down this already taxing game. Anthony F says, I'm actually kind of excited to start playing this 20-year-old game. Yeah, I was kind of... Because I'm not doing super great financially right now after taxes, so I was kind of iffy about getting it on release, but it's, like, pretty reasonably priced, and I really love the original game. It's not great performance, but I could bite the bullet and just accept it. But I got this game on CD Keys, which is like a third-party key reseller, so I was able to get it for $44. So that was... Oh, thanks for having my back, Imperial Soldier guy. So I was able to get it for a decent discount, too, so I didn't have to pay the full $50 for this remaster. Some people I've seen complain about this remaster charging $50, but this is like they fully just rebuilt all the assets of the game. Like, it's just, like, from top to bottom. I do wish, of course, I've been saying this the whole time, but I do wish the, performance was better. Because it's not really... It's a great-looking game, but it's not really that, It doesn't look like that visually amazing where I'm like, yeah, this needs to run... Like, this, you know, Cyberpunk runs so much better than this, and it looks better. So, I guess I'm honestly not looking forward to the fact that CD Projekt Red is switching to the Unreal Engine, because, you know, their Red Engine was pretty buggy with, I guess, with just Cyberpunk and Witcher 3, but it was very optimized, and I feel like we're kind of drifting away from optimized game engines to just like, well... It's a very, I don't know, it's a very easy game engine to use, and it looks nice, because, like, the Unreal Engine 5 looks great, but I don't know, I prefer something that looks a little less great. Like, I don't need ray tracing necessarily, and I hate the fact that now we're in the era of forced ray tracing. Like, this, I am running, like, it doesn't help that I am running this with ray tracing that I can only turn off if I mod the game, so that's also not great, but... It is what it is. Lobo says, wasn't Cyberpunk glitchy when it came out? It ran like shit on consoles, but I got it on PC, and it ran pretty fucking amazingly on PC.
Are you here?
It was still buggy, but it was missing content. Like, if you got it on PC, it was still controversial because it was missing features they promised were going to be in the game. It was missing that stuff, and it was also... just buggy, like it had lots of bugs, but it ran great, and it runs even better now on PC, and they've fixed everything. I did a recent playthrough of Cyberpunk
Hello.
with the Phantom Liberty DLC, and it was
Welcome to the West Wheel.
great overall experience.
I'm
It still wasn't
Maria
quite the
Giannis,
game they
the
promised it
proprietor.
would be, but
If you'd like food or a bed,
still a pretty damn good game.
I have a lovely
Something that
room on the
disappointed
corner
me
if
about
you're interested.
Cyberpunk, though,
It's
I was hoping it
20
would
gold
be
for a night.
I was hoping CD Projekt Red would
Excellent.
like
I'm
give
sure you'll be
Bethesda
quite satisfied.
a
Go upstairs and look for the door
an
on the
actual
right at
like
the end of the
competitor
hall.
of their formula,
Sleep well.
where it's like, okay, this is a first-person RPG, and you can like live another world in this game and everything, where it basically gives you full freedom. But then it just turned out, yeah, Cyberpunk has it has this story, like you have to go through 10 hours of like exposition of the story before it opens up, but then oh shit, I followed the quest marker. You follow this 10 hours of exposition and then the game opens up, but the unfortunate thing is then you're given this story where you have basically cyberpunk cancer. Like Keanu Reeves is like, he's killing you, he's gonna overwrite your mind, so you don't have like this, it really has this ludonarrative dissonance to it where you want to be able to, like, the game lets you buy, like, 5 apartments and lets you buy all these fancy cars and stuff while you're, like, the main story is you're dying. You're, like, supposed to be dying in, like, just a few weeks, but you could play the game forever and not worry about dying, where it's like, I wish they didn't do that kind of story. I understand why they wanted to make a story where you're really valuing life in a world that doesn't value life, but it just didn't quite work for the open world game they were trying to make it. Like, it really did not work for me. It got the job done. Like, it had some good writing to it, but yeah, it definitely missed the mark as far as what the game should have been. Ooh, okay. So this is a retooled version of Oblivion's level up system. In the original Oblivion, you couldn't really get all that hands-on with how you level up. Basically, you just pick 3 attributes to level up, and the amount of points they get is predetermined. In this, you get to choose 3 attributes, but you can, like, assign how many skill points they get, which is something I'm hoping they carry over into Elder Scrolls 6. I like the fact that, yeah, I get to actually assign points somewhere. I get to actually manually control how my character, character, you know, gets built up over time. All right, let's continue to Kvatch. Anthony F. says, I must have at least 100 hours on Witcher 3 on multiple different accounts without ever actually finishing it. I got 12 hours into my initial playthrough of Witcher 3, but I kind of just dropped it. It was when I first built my gaming PC, and I really enjoyed what I played, but I just didn't stick to it. I know eventually I'm going to have to try playing it again.
Over here!
Yeah, I don't want to talk to strangers. Oh, fuck, Glarthir.
To public. Meet me behind the great chapel at midnight. Don't let anyone follow you.
Okay, so this guy
I'll make it worth your
wants me to
while.
meet him in the back of a church after midnight. Yeah, good luck making me do that, you sick freak. Not doing that shit. Go ask somebody else to suck your dick or whatever the hell you want done to you. Ugh. Getting out of here. Marilyn asks, is personality the equivalent of charisma? Shows how much I know about these Elder Scrolls. I think so. I mean, I can understand if the last game you played, because, like, all this shit is, like, left behind with Skyrim, unfortunately. So I can understand if you don't remember. I don't. Affects how much people like you, leading to better information gathering and better trade deals. Yes, it is charisma. I do kind of wish they just, instead of just completely cutting out attributes, I kind of wish they just made, when they bought the Fallout license, they just made Fallout's special system their attribute system going forward, because it's very iconic to fall. I guess they want it to just be I guess associated with Fallout, but it's I don't know, because you know, originally Fallout 1 was supposed to use the GURP system, which was a fantasy role-playing system, so it would be cool if they like applied it to Starfield and Elder Scrolls as well, but I guess I can understand why they cut it out. But yeah, you have, of course, personality, but then you also have mercantile, so that also has an effect on your ability to haggle with store. It affects your ability to buy items, like how much you end up paying for them and selling stuff for. So there's that, and then there's also, what's their I think speechcraft, and then there's also speechcraft, so that's also covered by personality. The DRWC says, "Stop reading my mind, Doc. Love GURPS." I never really had any, I honestly only know, it's honestly so fucked up, because I only know GURPS because of its association with Fallout. It was supposed to be Fallout's role-playing system, but then GURPS saw that the game was really violent, or I guess Steve Jackson Games saw that that Fallout was a violent game, and they're like, we don't want to be involved with this, so they had to cut out GURPS last minute and replace it with just this much more iconic system that's just like completely associated with Fallout, the special system, which of course is strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. Which is also, like, it's just, like, such a... It's actually kind of funny, like, the creator of... the main creator of Fallout, Tim Kaine, he came up with the acronym for the special system, but his original... The original thing he was going to call it was A-Slips. And then, like, another developer was like, hey, these letters also spell out special. So it's just like... Just like this, man, like, it's just crazy, like, they kind of just fell into this, like, iconic system that's also just memorable, where I can remember all the, attributes of Fallout, just because it's, like, an acronym. Oh, great, 2 bandits? Oh, this is just so one-sided, guys, come on. Give me a break, come on, guys. I'm trying to get to Kvatch. I'm trying to save the day, guys. Come on. I guess you guys are at least gonna level me up a little bit. Man, they're really kicking my ass.
That the best you can do?
It is funny. I was kind of afraid I wouldn't be able to fill out a full live stream just doing the initial Kvatch quest. Then I realized over the course of this stream that, yeah, it actually takes a little while to get to Kvatch. That's something it's weird, like, with a more linear game, I notice the game, like, you know, when I played Last of Us 2, my playthrough was, like, 30 hours, and I was like, man, this is kind of long. But, like, I'll play, like, a game like this, and the time will just fly by, because I guess it's also just more of a life simulator kind of thing that you can zone out play for longer. Alright. That guy's dead. I'm just, like, killing guys left and right. It's awesome. Now I have full access to their campground. Sweet. I'm sure they won't level up in I'm sure they won't respawn in just a few days. I'm sure that won't happen at all. Let's keep moving, though. Oh, yeah, something I didn't mention, DRWC show says, there's so many sparkly flowers along the way. I'm always getting distracted. Yeah, that's something I like about this remaster is, like, when you select an object, like, of course, when you select, you know, ingredients you find out in the world, they'll kind of glow and get highlighted, but is somebody trying to attack me? No, okay, no. They'll glow and get highlighted, and when you pick them up, they'll kind of, like, do this thing where they kind of, like, get yoinked out of existence when you pick them up, where they're just kind of, like, they'll sort of shift up and then, like, disappear. They'll kind of disappear into nothing. Like, oh, man. It's very satisfying. It's very satisfying to pick things up in this remaster. Alright, let's keep moving, and let's get to Kvatch. Probably not going to meet Martin, but we could at the very least, close the Oblivion gate. That's the least I can do. I want to at least be the hero of Kvatch. Marilyn says, I got to do an interview with Tim Kaine for a college project when I was a freshman. Oh, man, that's cool. He seems like a really nice, humble guy. Like, honestly, where he's, like, very real about, what developing the games were like. And he's also, like, he's not... Like, because a lot of, I guess, older Fallout fans are bitter about, some of the choices Bethesda has made with the series, but he definitely doesn't come off as bitter, especially since Bethesda... I feel like Bethesda... Like, he was invited to the Fallout TV show premiered, but I think Bethesda has never bothered to, like, consult him for anything. Like, they've, like, intentionally been like, yeah, we don't want to... Like, there's, you know, Chris Avallone, who's a little bit of a controversial developer, he did create, at the time... what was the Fallout Bible, and I think, where it's basically all the lore of the Fallout universe, and I think Bethesda's like, yeah, we don't really pay attention to it. We don't really pay attention. It's like, some of that stuff carried over into New Vegas, which, Josh, okay, what was the name of, Josh Sawyer directed New Vegas, and, Chris Avallone, he didn't write for New Vegas, but he did write the DLC, like, at least some of the DLC. I really like the DLC in New Vegas. But, it, you know, I do feel like a weakness with Bethesda is just... They're able to come up with some very clever quests, but they're able to come up with great lore for the Elder Scrolls series, but... their actual, like, character writing can kind of leave something to be desired. And they kind of will sometimes have just these very simplistic worlds that aren't really all that complicated. And they also like status quos, at least with Fallout, where the Fallout universe can't progress in any way. There's always got to be something that sets things back. Which, you know, it's a little bit disappointing, because I can understand where they don't want it to be like this. They want it to always just be this, even when you're coming out of the vault 1,000 years in the future, it's still the same exact Fallout world you recognize. I did see, like, there was a rumor that Fallout 3 was originally supposed to be... It was originally supposed to take place just, like, I think, like, just 30 years or something, like, pretty soon after the atomic bombs dropped, which would explain why things had progressed, which would make sense because it takes place on the East Coast. It's on this different side of the, country that, is unaffected by the first two Fallout games, so they, you know, they could go back in time, but then, I guess for whatever arbitrary reason, they decided to make Fallout 3 take place 200 years after the... I think 200, yeah, I think it was 200 years after the bombs dropped, and, like, nothing has changed in 200 years. No progress. Nobody's, like, people are still just living inside an aircraft carrier, or, like, living around an atomic bomb 200 years in the future. Anthony says, is their open world good, though? I mean, that's the appeal of Bethesda games, is, like, the writing isn't super great, especially in their recent games. Their recent games have especially gone downhill writing-wise. Like, or it's just... Like, Skyrim was pretty good, but Fallout 4 and Starfield, just not great writing-wise. Just nothing really all that compelling to the writing. Very simplistic. But the appeal of Bethesda games is always just they give you this big... Like, that's one of those things where some people ultimately prefer Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 over New Vegas, because they don't really care about the story or the writing that much. They just want to exit a vault and just have a bunch of points of interest where they could go inside a... They can go inside a vault or another kind of dungeon and just, like, get some loot and sell it and just have that satisfying gameplay loot. They don't care about, like... joining with a faction, or, like, guiding the story, or, like, changing the world, or they don't care about that stuff. So it's a reason why, you know, Bethesda's still going so strong. It's a winning formula. Though I do wish they'd maybe get some better writers, or at least have that Emil guy who's writing all their games. I don't know. Get someone else instead of that guy. Alright. Let's keep moving. Hopefully, I think when I played Oblivion, there weren't any frame rate hitches, so that's gonna be nice. Gonna be nice to hit. How far? Oh man, I forget. Like, it is crazy how big the world is. Like, that's when I originally played Oblivion, it didn't really feel as big as it does now. Like, I really feel like I've been walking forever. But okay, we're almost at Kvatch. Noah says steal that horse. I could have, but we're almost there anyway. Fuck it. It's fucked up because I don't know. I like to play. I like to, you know, because I'm not a good guy in real life, so I like to roleplay a good guy. So I know there's lots of people who also like these games because they get to be psychopaths, but I'm such a psychopath in the real world. Like, I can, like, beat the shit out of Goulash at any point. I could steal a car. It feels satisfying to just know what it feels like. Well, what if I was the hero of the world? What would that be like? Kind of get at least a sense of that. Kind of having some Morrowind weather right now. Really foggy. But I guess that might be all the burning buildings up ahead. Anthony F. says, Fallout 3 is a dark-ass game, LMAO. Are you talking about thematically, or just how dark it is as far as, like, the lighting? I am looking forward to a remaster of Fallout 3 where I can, at the very least, have the option to turn off the green tint. Because that's something, some people like the green... Like, something people do like about Fallout 3 is also, I can understand it, is that it's much more of a stereotypical post-apocalyptic world. Whereas New Vegas, you're in a desert. It's not really, it wasn't really hit by nukes that much. So you're in a desert, and it's just much more of a post-apocalypse, which doesn't have as much, I guess, mainstream appeal as, oh yeah, you're in a post-apocalypse. Like, yeah, there's like, everything's like destroyed, buildings are knocked over and stuff. So it's at least good for a kind of I guess, like, when I'm just like, yeah, I just want, like, I guess, a post-apocalyptic open world, because, like, that's something that was missing in Fallout 4 too, where it felt more like a theme park. It didn't feel like there was any real stakes. It just felt like such a, like, nothing you were doing really had weight in Fallout 4. Fallout 3, at least, was like, okay, well, you know, it feels like a dangerous post-apocalyptic world that's just filled with peril, filled with giant bugs and super mutants and stuff. With Fallout 4, it just felt like, I don't know, it just had such a lighthearted tone to me. Okay, I gotta stick to... This is why I need to stick to the roads. These are not games where you're supposed to be climbing mountains. God, I gotta say, like, I love climbing in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, because it's really just this liberating thing of, okay, yeah, you really, truly have actual freedom. I feel like that's something we're not gonna get in Elder Scrolls 6, not just because Bethesda doesn't want to bother, like, programming that in, because of course they don't want to bother with that, just because also, I guess, having these mountains that you can't really climb over, it also means, well, we can kind of, I guess, control what the players do to a certain degree. Alright. Okay, now I'm back on the real road. Marilyn says, 3 moved us into a first-person 3D world, and for that, I will always love it. Yeah, it's definitely something where it made the Fallout franchise, like, actually, appealing to mainstream gamers. And, I wasn't even aware of... I think I was mildly aware of Fallout because Interplay's last Fallout game was such a disaster, Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, the console one, where it, like, just did so poorly that Interplay was like, all right, let's just sell the franchise. And now people know what Fallout is. I do wish, I guess, I don't know, Bethesda took some more cues from New Vegas and the earlier Fallout games as far as tone and writing is concerned.
Stand back, civilian.
But, you know, admittedly, the gameplay of Bethesda's Fallout games appeal to me more than the first 2 Fallout games, but I still enjoy playing the first 2 Fallout games. I'm hoping they actually remaster... Actually, not remaster. I'm hoping they remake Fallout 1 and 2, but not with, like, the 3D first-person perspective like some people would hope for. I want them to do like a Baldur's Gate 3 style remake of Fallout 1 and 2 where it's an isometric game in the Fallout. I feel like they could go back to making like isometric games as like spin-offs, because isometric games are like becoming more popular now. People like it as like an alternative where you could maybe have a game franchise be more than one thing. You can have it like, because Mario's like pretty much every gameplay style. I don't know why that can't be the case for, like, Fallout or Elder Scrolls or any of these other game franchises, where I'm not saying you would have, like, an Elder Scrolls tennis game, but you could have, like, a new Fallout isometric game, for instance. What will you do now?
The only thing we can do. We'll try to hold our ground, that's what. If we can't ove this barricade, those beasts could march right down.
DRWC asks, talk about Fallout Tactics yet?
I've
never played that one. I'm interested in it, but I've seen like it's ambiguously canonical to the original games. Apparently, I guess also Bethesda ignores Fallout Tactics. They call Fallout 1 and 2 canon. Some people are afraid that Bethesda's current canon for the Fallout universe have made all of the ones they didn't develop non-canon. You know, that's definitely one of my biggest fears. I was very disappointed with the Fallout show, admittedly, when they were like, yeah, the NCR, at least from what we're gonna tell you right away, the NCR just doesn't exist, really. Maybe they exist somewhere else, but they've lost control of California very, very seemingly. People don't even really reference the NCR. It's actually so weird because it's like that Fallout show, everybody acts like they're like in the capital wasteland or something, where they have like no experience at all with like government or anything. Like they're just like completely backwoods again, when it's like apparently there was like 100 years of just like a government ruling California. There's like an actual, you know, there's like this overarching government and reasonably well-developed settlements and stuff. Like, what happened to that shit? Like, they just fucking forgot about it, I guess. And also, it seems like maybe, you know, it's also, it is a possibility that Fallout 1 and 2 aren't canon anymore, at least to the TV show, just because in Fallout 1's story was, the main villain was the Master, who created all the super mutants. And his whole goal was he's trying to find the vault so he can have like perfect humans who have been uncontaminated by the radiation. You can have perfect subjects to turn into perfect super mutants who will be smart. So you would think he would be able to find the most obvious, easy to find vault in California, where it's just like out in the open, just like on a boardwalk. I don't know. You'd think he'd be able to find that shit.
We were ambushed, trapped, and picked.
Whatever.
I managed to escape.
The Fallout show was still good. I guess didn't necessarily like some of the canonical implications towards New Vegas and the earlier games. I'm gonna have this guy join me.
I can't just leave poor Manny into.
If he dies, he dies.
If he's still alive, we've got to try to save him. All right, lead the way. Let's find Mannion and get out of here.
Man, I hope this guy dies. In my normal playthrough, I didn't have this guy join me because I was like, I don't want this man's death on my hands, but here I don't care. Yeah, if he dies, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. All right. Yeah, so we're in the Plane of Oblivion. I didn't even really mention it, but yeah, we're in the Plane of Oblivion. It looks like Mustafar from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Looks really cool. It's very hell-like. It's much more impressive compared to the original game. At the time, I was like, whoa, this place looks cool. But yeah, the original game's Oblivion hasn't aged well. This is just much more like just the lava itself. Like the lava in Oblivion looked much more like It looked like strawberry syrup or something. Like, it didn't look, you know, like something that could burn you alive or something. It looked like candy, so definitely pretty damn good remaster, if I do say so myself. This is definitely something where, you know, if they can get the performance issues figured out on PC at least, I don't know what it's like on console, if they can get this stuff ironed out, then yeah, this will be for sure the new standard for remasters, where, because, like, usually a remaster is, maybe they'll upscale the textures, like, you know, BioShock was remastered for the Xbox One and PS4, but it looks pretty much the same. They just upscaled, the AI upscaled the textures, and it runs at a higher resolution and at a higher frame rate, and that's it. But this game, like, remade everything. Ah, man, it's just amazing. Serpentthrope asks, opinion on Sinners? I have not seen Sinners yet. I'll try to see it next week, and I'll try to make a video on it because I hear really good things. I'm definitely very interested in watching Sinners. Someone told me that there's a scene in Sinners of a guy giving a chick head, so I'm curious what that looks like. I'm wondering if it's like a vampire dude giving a chick head. I did correctly guess what, like, I guess at least the basic plot of what Sinners was gonna be. Like, someone who saw it, I was like, well, it's about Michael B. Jordan. He plays these twins, and it's a vampire movie, so logically one of these... Oh, that guy's dead. Rest in peace, that guy. Logically, one of the twins becomes a vampire, and then the other twin has to fight him. That was right, you know. There's that. Alright, Kvatch shield. Okay, I'll take that. Rest in peace, guy. Whatever your name was. Eland Vonius, rest in peace. Let's give him a proper Plane of Oblivion funeral. You know, we want to cremate him, right? Come on, dude, just move. Move your body. Come on. Get off the side. Yeah, go in there. Yeah, go into the lava. Or is this magma? I guess it's actually magma. All right, get in there. All right. Well, he's not burning. It's very shallow magma. So, all right, that didn't work out. Thank you for the super chat, Emperor Caleb Teen. Hey, Doc, have you ever written a screenplay that you'd like to either make into a film yourself of or seen have made? As a project, I did write a screenplay, but I definitely felt, I guess, less encouraged to pursue that specific screenplay just because, just a little while after I wrote that thing, there was a somewhat similar movie that came out called, I think it was called Hellfest, because, my screenplay was, it was like a horror theme park. My screenplay was, something different at this horror theme park, but still the horror theme park thing was like, oh, well. I don't know, it became less appealing, but, you know, I definitely would be interested in getting into creative stuff, but more creative stuff. Well, yeah, this stuff isn't all that creative. I don't know. I try to put some creativity in my videos and stuff, but yeah, I would like to do, I have been developing something right now that I'm trying to do, to some capacity. I'll say what it is to a certain degree. It is, it's something where I have to be very careful with because I am a fan of the Venture Brothers, and the thing I'm developing is basically kind of riffing on basically Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo clones, and also just the young, the teen sleuth genre of literature that existed. So it's something that's riffing on that, and I'd like to try to approach it as, where it's a limited animation, sort of Hanna-Barbera style cartoon, where it looks like, you know, it doesn't, it recycles animation and stuff, and it looks like it's very... It looks like it could be from, a cartoon from the 70s. So that's something I've been developing, trying to figure out the way to do it, where it wouldn't look great. Well, I guess I would want to try to make it look as good as it could, where I would also be just drawing it myself, so that would also prove to have some challenges there, but I would want it to, you know, be funny and interesting, and I don't want to just... I want to be careful with things where I'm not like, well, I'm not just like releasing something, because it always sucks when I release something and it doesn't do well with people. I want to make sure, I don't know, when I'm doing something that's really a creative endeavor, I want to make sure it's as good as it can be, because it's always embarrassing when you put a lot of work into something and everybody's like, yeah, this sucks. All right. Man, I gotta say, the scamps look so much more threatening. They look more like Yoda in the original game. They look like kind of, I guess, wiry Yodas. Alright, there we go. Aaron Kelly says, monsters that range from cool to goofy. I guess the other concept, I don't know if it's something I would pursue in this thing, but the other thing is I would maybe want to mix it in with... It would, like, the monsters or villains or whatever in this Scooby-esque clone parody series, they would be inspired by, like, actual slasher villains. So it wouldn't be quite like that Robot Chicken sketch with Jason Voorhees, but it would be, like, villains that are inspired by these characters and, like, or also just, like, you know, inspired by the stories of these movies, kind of riffing on what happens in them, but it's a recurring, it's a running storyline. It's like, you have the same group of characters, but maybe you have some characters who get like, suspects who get killed or whatever. Alright, come on. Die, you scamp. Hunter Ivy says, I actually like Uwe Boll. Ah, man, you must be, like, one of very few fans of his. I mean, I guess, I don't know. They're starting to release his movies in 4K, so he has to have, like, pretty decent fan base. Okay, I'm spending way too much time just walking around hell. Now, okay, this is something that, is an issue I dislike about this remaster that I hope they fix, because in every Bethesda-developed game, on the map screen, they have a quick toggle between the world map and the local map. But in this game, in order to access the local map, you have to zoom all the way down and press the zoom button again, and then you can finally see the local map. They just need to have a button that just shows the local map immediately. They gotta fix that. Alright, okay, well, I'm not looking for the air, so let's set my current quest to, the Oblivion Gate. Because I need to save Kvatch. Okay, so, yeah, I should have maybe just looked for the, big door with the Oblivion symbol on it. Alright, found it. Noah says, Venture Brothers should have been way more popular, but at least it got a lot of seasons. I mean, you know, it didn't help that it had 2-year hiatuses, so, you know, that didn't necessarily help its situation, because it also has this very deep storyline, which I appreciated, but it also made it very intimidating to get into, because then because, like, the first season is, like, a really, it's maybe the worst season of the show, but it's, like, the best for the sake of, like, introducing the characters, the comedy, and, like, just also telling standalone stories where you can watch any episode of Venture Brothers Season 1 in any order and not really have to worry about being lost at all, like. And then Season 2 really built up the story and, like, made the writing even better, but yeah, it made it a little bit more intimidating to get into the show, and it just became more intimidating, and there were long, like, it's also just something that I did like about the show was that it was also just an auteur-driven show where there's only 2 writers for Venture Brothers. The creator and his friend the creator, Jackson Public, and his friend Doc Hammer, both just really great creators who just got to take their time making the show. But, yeah, it didn't help that, like, I guess Rick and Morty also took a lot of time, but that just has much more mainstream appeal to people. Not saying I like Rick and Morty better. I'm not really all that into Rick and Morty, but, yeah, Venture Brothers is one of my favorite shows of all time. But I was satisfied with the movie. Radiant is the blood of the baboon heart. I really like that movie overall. I feel like I'm hoping they make more, because the movie the Venture, not to spoil things too much, the Venture Brothers movie answers a lot of questions left hanging in the show, but it definitely leaves the door open for more. So I'm hoping they get to do more Venture Brothers in some form eventually. Alright. Yeah, these guys are... I feel like they're just a lot more tanky. Alright. Luckily, I got the blood fountain. Mmm, delicious blood. Billy Zane says, don't bring up that god-awful film Titanic. Don't worry, Billy. I mean, you brought it up, Billy. I didn't want to bring up Titanic. I know you best for... I know you best for The Phantom and that new Marlon Brando movie you did. And, of course, Demon Knight. How can I forget Demon Knight? Your true movies. Marilyn Moreau says, what's the like overall point of this game? You mentioned opening the Oblivion Gate. Okay, so the main quest is you're trying to find the new heir to the Empire, Martin, but you're also trying to end this Oblivion crisis, which are all these gates to hell opening up and letting Daedra demons out. So you're trying to do that, but really, I mean, Elder Scrolls Bethesda games ideally don't have much of a point. They're just like, you know, they're just like, you have a bunch of side quests or whatever, but you can also just choose to ignore everything. You don't have to do any of this shit. You could just live a life in this fantasy world. It's like, whatever, who cares? Like, it's not as, you know, they don't bother as much, like, really selling the stakes at all, so you can just kind of ignore everything. Like, you never have to, like, you don't have to go to Kvatch at all. You can just do all the side quests, go to every town but Kvatch, completely ignore it. You never have to meet Sean Bean, who plays Martin. You never have to meet that guy. Oh, man, Sean Bean plays Martin. I wonder if he dies. Ah, no. Absolutely not. Sean Bean never dies in any of his movies. Absolutely not. But yeah, I mean, the point of, I guess, these games is the point you want to give it. Even New Vegas is like that, where it's like, you don't have to go after, the guy who shoots you in the head. You never have to find Benny. But you do have a motivation. These games do give you motivations to want to do the main quests, but you can choose to completely ignore them and just do anything else, or just, you know, just kind of hang out and chill out and just live your life in these worlds. That's what I appreciate. That's something I wish Cyberpunk was more like, where you have a main quest, you have this main mission, this main story, but you can also just, I don't know, you can, like, live your life and not have this, forced aspect for your character.
Quickly, there's no time. You must get to the top of the large tower. The Sigil Keep, they call it. That's what keeps the Oblivion.
Billy Zane says, Paris Hilton's a good friend. I bet she's a very good friend, you old horn dog.
The keeper has the key.
Ah, man.
The key.
I can only imagine. All right, let's get... Oh, wait, I think I got the key. All right. The thing I like about this guy is...
Take the key, get to the Sigil Keep, and find the Sigil Stone. It's the only way. Don't worry about me. There is no time. Get moving.
I like how he's just like, yeah, just leave me behind. I could get him out. But I guess I can't. I guess the blood cage, I guess there's no way to get it. Once you're in a blood cage, good luck. Yeah, you're never getting out of that fucking thing. All right. Oh, shit, okay. I forgot, like, the bodies also burn now. That's a nice little touch. In the original game, corpses, the hanging corpses, kind of were just... At least I think they kind of were just, you know, regular hanging corpses. Now they're burning. They're just perpetually burning. Aaron Kelly says the Metalocalypse movie was a complete finale, while Venture Brothers left room for more. Yeah, that's something I appreciate about the recent Adult Swim movies, because Aqua Teen Hunger Force also got a movie called Plantasm, which I thought was pretty good. Where, you know, they could, you know, choose to, you know, send off their series or just tell, like, another story. And Venture Brothers was kind of a mix of, it's a new story in the Venture Brothers world, but it's also just, you know, it also kind of can act as, like, a finale, you know, it ends things a little bit. Leaves the door open for more stories in that world. If David Zaslav allows it. Something tells me he might not. Okay, what is my... breaking the... Now I must reach the sigil stone and remove... Okay, so yeah, I do have to go in here. Some of these... You know, it's one of those things where Morrowind, when you got a quest, you didn't have, like, quest markers or anything, but you were given very specific instructions of where to go to make up for a lack of quest markers. And this, oh, wait, okay, cool. I got the key now, so yeah, I can go in here. All right. With this, like, they don't give you specific instructions, but, so you have to use the quest markers if you want to have at least some idea of where to go. It's something I wish they did in Skyrim and Oblivion as, like, a middle ground where you have quest markers, but, you can turn them off and just use the instructions given to you by characters of where to go. But instead, they're just like, no, yeah, we're not going to give you very specific instructions, just use the quest markers, dude. That's what they're there for. Alright. We gotta get that sigil stone. It's important. You think I'm afraid of you, dude? I'm not. Actually, okay, let's... Berserk. My love for you is like a cock berserker. Would you like some making fuck berserker? Alright. Oh, this guy's running away. He's like such a coward. You scared, dude? You scared now? Yeah, I bet you're scared. Alright. Noah Alliston says Billy Zane's wig in Titanic was immaculate, though. Hey, he doesn't wear a wig in any role. He just chooses to be bald now. It's a cool look. It's really, I don't know, it's very becoming. Man, even the scamps are really tanky. I could have sworn I remember these guys. It's one of those things where it's a mixed bag because the enemies are very, very tanky, but I feel like the health pool in this remaster, no matter what kind of character you're playing, you're gonna have like a ton of health. Oh wait, okay, looks like he fucked me up somehow. Okay, let me check my effects. Okay, so I guess he didn't fuck me. Why am I over-encumbered though? Oh wait, okay, because I did... Okay, I'm over-encumbered because I had Berserk, which increased my strength, but I picked up some other stuff, which is now weighing me down. So let's drop some heavy shit. Okay, yeah, we can drop that stuff. Kvatch shield, do I want that? Oh yeah, okay, let's... Actually, did I? Okay, yeah, let's drop that. Alright, that's good. Okay, oh man, my shit has just been like zoning out this whole time. Let's fix some shit. Okay, well, I can't repair stuff while this guy's trying to kick my ass. Come on, guy, dude, die already. I want to repair my shit. Come on, guy. Oh, shit. Okay, you got magic. All right. Oh, great. My weapon's broken. Which is weird because, okay, my weapon's broken, too. Damn. All right. But I was still using it. All right. Well, all my shit is broken, but I'm almost... Okay, I'm out of repair hammer. So yeah, this is definitely a situation where if you're zoning out and you didn't make sure to buy a bunch of repair hammers, where having to repair things can really bite you in the ass. But we're almost through with this Oblivion gate, so... And I have some other weapons I can use, so it's not like I'm naked in the breeze right now. Marilyn asks, have you been over-encumbered this whole time? Is that why your dude is sluggish? No, I'm just an orc. I didn't get over-encumbered until just now, I swear. He's just not one of the fastest guys. Actually, because, like, that's something I do like about this game is your stats really do matter. In Skyrim, I think in Skyrim, everybody... I think everybody has the same speed. Because they got rid of all this shit. Like, I mean, maybe I might be wrong, but I think everybody has the same speed. I think you only get slowed down if you're over-encumbered or you're wearing heavy armor. But otherwise, I think everybody has the same speed. But in this, like, your athletic skill really affects how fast you are. So I have a pretty low athletic skill right now. I'm still apprentice. I'm not even at apprentice yet. So I'm pretty damn slow. But, yeah, even when I'm sprinting, I'm not really all that fast either. Like, trust me, when once I get this sigil stone, I will show how fucking fast my main guy is. I'll load up that real quick just to show it off. Alright. Uh-oh. Oh, are you just gonna run away? Are you, okay, so you can throw fireballs at me. Okay, oh, okay, that guy summoned that. Alright. So I gotta kill this guy. I gotta make this guy a priority. Oh no, my luck is being drained? Oh, looks like my luck is run out. Okay. Were all those guys... I guess all those guys were spawned by this dude. Alright, cool. Good. Dead. Alright, let's go. Guckfontaine asks, have you ever played Resident Evil 4? Because that would make absolute sense, a dream come true. I did do a 2-part stream of Resident Evil 4 Remake. I didn't finish it in a stream, but maybe I'll give it another shot at some point, but I have streamed it in the past. I'll try to do more Resident Evil stuff. So keep an eye out. Okay, I'm over encumbered again. All right. Drop something. Something tells me that becoming over encumbered might be something they get rid of. It. Not that I want it, but it might be something they get rid of. It's like, I guess they kind of have made it, because like, in Morrowind, when you become over-encumbered, you can't move at all. Then in Oblivion, they made it, okay, you can walk at least. I think now in Starfield, when you get over-encumbered, it just, like, drains your stamina, I think. It just become a lot more, forgiving when it comes to encumbrance over time. Alright, sweet. Well, looks like hell has been destroyed for now. Sweet. Loading screen done. Alright, well, looks like I closed the Oblivion gate. Let me hear this guy, like, fucking tell me how much he loves me. I did the thing he could not do. I'm sure he could have done it. He was just really fucking lazy. He did not care about... He did not care about his hometown that much.
I knew you could do it. This is our chance to launch a counterattack. I need you to come with us. You've got far more combat experience than these men. Are you able to join us now? I can wait, but not for long. We've got to move quickly before they have a chance to barricade the city gate.
Yeah, good luck with this guy. You got this handled.
The smaller our window of opportunity. Get ready, and do it quickly. We've got to move soon.
Yeah, I'd never come back. They're just like, okay, I guess he's not coming. But, really was hoping that guy would handle this situation, because we're really scared. Alright. So, okay, I guess I'll show what my main character is like. Let's go to Drac Harkmeyer. God. It's like, okay, I gotta try to make this guy sound somewhat Elder Scrolls-y. Alright. So, let's see how fast this guy has maxed out 100% acrobatic skill. Fucking fast as hell. He could become even faster if you, like, I guess, take skooma. Fast as hell. I wear leather well, not leather light armor, so I'm optimally fast. Just, it's a much different experience from playing as that orc guy. So I guess I just wanted to show, yeah, you could get really fucking fast. Like, you could be so much more faster than you were in Skyrim. I guess it doesn't help the performance, though. Does not help the performance at all. It's something I wanted to show off really quick. Now, well, that was pretty much it for the night. I just wanted to show off this game just because it was a big deal to me back in the day, and I've been recently obsessed with it since it released. It's not a perfect remaster. It's got some performance issues on PC, and it's also kind of buggier than the original version. After all of its patches, it's introduced new bugs, so they definitely need to fix some stuff. But if you're a fan of Elder Scrolls, I, recommend it. Maybe wait for some of the patches to come out to iron out some of the issues. But otherwise, it's like probably one of the best remasters. They just need to make it actually fucking run well. Like, I don't know. It's the one thing, ideally. Make it run well and make it at least as buggy as the original Oblivion. Not more buggy. Just as buggy. Because it's going to be buggy. But try to make it not more buggy than the 2006 game, ideally. Now, before I go, I just want to remind you guys I have a movie night presentation of Wrong Turn 5 and 6 with my Patreon supporters. I have a movie night double feature every Sunday, so if you want to support the channel and get bonus movie nights every week, support the channel at patreon.com/drwolfula or follow the link in the description. I also want to give a very special thanks to my shout-out tier supporters on Patreon and my channel memberships for all their support. Their support is greatly appreciated and helps the channel continue to grow and continue to thrive after all these years. We've been around for 15 years now, and it wouldn't be possible without all these folks' help. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Anyway, I've been your host, Dr. Wolfula, signing out. See you all next time. Bye-bye. Pleasant screams. Man, my voice is really haggard after 3 hours of talking. Damn. All right, bye. Thanks again for watching my latest live stream. Why not give me a subscribe and follow me on social media too? And while you're still here, why not watch another one of my videos too?